Okay, so the question is whether and how social entrepreneurs can use a kind of chief culture officer approach to things. My feeling is that they can, and I would use the crossing the chasm argument. The book published a couple of years ago that suggested, listen, your early adopters you know what the product is and adopt it pretty effortlessly because they're techies and they know what it is they're looking at and how to embrace it. The difficulty comes, the chasm comes when you're dealing with the next group of adopters, and these are people who don't have tech sophistication. And that's when the rubber hits the road, in a manner of speaking. Now we need actually to know something about the life of that consumer, the social and cultural context of that consumer, in order to show them how this product or service or innovation creates value, or indeed to create the innovation that creates value, because we know how they're going to use it. And this is almost the difference between Friendster and Facebook. Friendster wasn't quite sure how people would want to use social media and social networks, and Facebook was much more clear-headed about who people were and how they would use these technologies. Chris Hughes being effectively the chief culture officer for Facebook, the guy who helped make that work. And I think indeed there's a notion in the tech community that a good technical or engineering idea will sell itself. It will obviously solve a problem in the world, and people will embrace it to solve that problem in the world. But of course, we know that problems exist only as the consumer sees them to exist. So it doesn't really matter what the producer has made. It matters what the consumer thinks the producer has made. And that's when the producer is well served by having a more sophisticated understanding of the social context and the cultural context of the consumer.